Okay, I want to talk about Carl Jung. Um, you know, this stuff. Carl Jung and the archetypes. Oh my God, these are really insane. Like, look, I I love this. This is unbelievably. You know, oh my God, that's my wife, right there, innocent and safety. That's her. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway, it looks like her too. Actually, that's what she's like that. Actually, very pretty that way. Innocent and safety. Right. Okay. Um. Jesus Christ. I didn't know it was like this is a beautiful picture. We'll just stare at this one for Christ's sakes. Can we just get rid of this crap? Block element. Yeah. Block element. I know it's very no. I don't want to do that. Well played. Yeah, I know. There he goes. This is why I don't. All right, look at this one. Wait, it's funny because like, I mean, look, I should be able to talk. I'm the one who like basically the original guy who made it. This image could have been that site. That's crazy. That's just crazy. These are well selected images, and I'll just these are really good. Um, what I want to say. Well, now these are just your roles you play in life, right? Which I think are really interesting because, I played a lot of RPGs, and one of the best moments is when you start off on your journey in a new world. You get to pick like your class, which is not always like mapping one to one, but you do have magicians, right? And there's like an outlaws, right? A rogue, the mage, hero seeks mastery. Like I love it. This is just beautiful, you know. Jester, lover, pursue connection, right? Every man belonging, right? Exactly. Wow. Caregiver service, provide structure, ruler control. Wow. Creator innovation. Just unbelievable. And people can adopt multiple roles, and some of them are just really like not like for me. This is like the most. I'm the farthest away from caregiver as you can ever get. These two, especially, belonging every man. This is like not even existent in my sphere. What a great little chart. You can make a nice little thing where you just pick the ones you want. Right. So, magician, outlaw, ooh, explorer. These are really exciting ones for me. Understanding, sage, innocent and safety, creator, innovator, ruler, control, a little bit too. But here's where I go like, no, fuck no. Does that mean I want someone who's like this? Probably. I swear to God. Oh man, like the people I've really are fond of have a very strong caregiver trait. And I saw them in the nurses. It's insane. You would think like, so here's a mistake that I make because I think caregiving is a horrendous job. That you have to basically go to the tune of someone else, right? Basically, I mean, you're servicing someone. I feel sorry for all, but you know what I realized? Like maybe these people are just born with a different psychic imprint. I don't think the way I do, and they like doing that. Just in the very same vein that I love making an app, creating something out of nothing. This is one of my greatest. I love it. Or even synthesizing. Understanding is, oh, it's such a high. I can't explain. Like even something small, like a song I like very much and I get to play it on a piano with it, it's like a liberating effect. It doesn't matter if it has commercial value or not. I feel happy. Isn't that what people want? Like to be happy? And if that makes you happy, shouldn't you just pursue that if you have the time? That's exactly what I'm doing. But I can't do this. I see kids, I see someone in distress. I'm like, I don't know, call someone else. Really, that's how I feel. And yet, like, when you get married in this modern world, everyone expects a dad to be a caregiver. Give me a break. Give me a break. You can't be everything. If you're everything, this breaks down. This has no meaning anymore. Makes sense? Like, I tried to do this. I don't know. I'm okay at it. It's just, I don't feel alive. That's all. It doesn't resonate with me. And fuck no, belong every man? Oh, shit no. My cousin who passed away, his name is Ping Ping. He told me something, I just couldn't forget that. He told me I'd rather like just go poor and live in despondent than to work for a company 9 to 5. I was like, yeah, you're crazy. Wait, you're not crazy. That's how I feel too. That's how I feel too. I fucking hate working 9 to 5. I do. I mean, I want to belong though. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just not to a corporation or a company though. That's just ugh. These archetypes are recurring in literature, in movies, in books, in stories. A lot of RPGs, you pick this to be your avatar. Elden Ring. For sure my wife is this. She said her favorite movie was Leon the Professional. I'm like, what is so good about that movie? Oh, I get it. She's looking for that protector role, which is not here. A caregiver, basically. Right? Don't they pair up a little bit? No? Is there any kind of like cross? There isn't, is there? It's kind of weird. I feel like innocent would play into caregiver, right? If one seeks safety, well, the caregiver provides it, right? I don't know. Shit, that looks like her. Holy shit! It's like that demure, like I'm innocent image. Jesus Christ. Anyway, magician wants power. Oh shit! I like this one. That's for me. Oh, these are outlaw is so exciting because I don't want to get shot by a bullet though. Explorer. My architect said this is like you just value freedom above everything else. It's just you just want to you're one hell of a freedom lover. He said it's true. But okay, there's another dimension of this, not on this chart. Another one between the shadow and whatever the shadow. I don't know. Is it? What's the other side of it? The shadow. I love it. It's called the unlived life. You know, that hidden shit inside you. For me, it's like I want to have like 10 girls like around me. Seriously, like you know how that guy, in Office Space, he said when he asked, like Peter asks, what's that dude's name? You know, like if you had $1 million, what would you do? Is me? Yeah. You know, if you could do anything you want with $1 million, what would you do? I'd tell you what I'd do, Peter. 2 chicks at the same time. And then he just laughs like you're fucking joking, right? And he's like dead serious. It's like dead serious, right? That's the shadow. In other words, if he were afforded that opportunity and it had no consequences, like in a negative sense, he would pursue it. I would too. For fuck's sakes, that's my dream, honestly. It's a shadow. I want to do it with 5 chicks at a time, honestly. I don't give a shit. Like, you know, it's kind of debauchery. Not every day. Just time now and then. Fuck, that'd be nice, yo. That'd be fucking nice. Yo, you know where people play out their shadows? On fucking adult video sites. No joke. If you want like a digital manifestation of men's shadows, just visit porn sites and look what you see there. I would say this to any of my daughters. If your goal is to get into a man's pants and hook them in, I would not play the ignorant game of, oh, what a doofus. He's a stupid guy who doesn't understand shit. Well, you can play it that way too. But I think the smart women of the world, the ones who get into Elon Musk's pants, well, first of all, if there's no base connection, I think it's done and over. But you got to understand the man's shadow. And I think vice versa. Man needs to understand a woman's shadow too. The things about her that she fantasizes about, it may not just be sex. I mean, that could be too much how I think. I'm wired that way. God, I don't know what the hell women are wired. I'm not a woman myself. But they have a shadow too. The things they desire secretly that they just can't tell people for fear of being ostracized by society. And they'll never tell you, usually, because, well, for that same reason. I could never tell my wife, yo, can I do it with you and another girl at the same time? She'll look at you with disgust. You'll lose points. Your dinner that day will be either missing or lousily cooked. But goddamn if that ain't the truth. You just can't say it. Well, all that shit that you can't say, and everyone's got one. I know this. All that shit you want to do and can't do, all the shit you want to say and can't say, you bundle that up into one package, and that is called the shadow. This channel is actually a large part my shadow. Exposed in like voice, visual, whatever media. It's like a junkyard of my shadow, I would think. Not always, but mostly. Like, I would never share this with people that I don't feel that close with, for example. Like, as in, strangely enough, it's like to the unknown public, because I don't know them, I don't have a relationship to maintain, I'll do whatever. But, like, and then people who are really close to me, I want to share this too. And people who are in between, I could never share this. It's too embarrassing. And that's really fascinating to me, because there is a side of me that people know. Side of me that people don't know, that we can dig that shadow out, though, from your browsing history, by your search queries, okay? You can extrapolate your shadow, but you dare not say it. The mistake, I think, for myself at least, is to never acknowledge that it exists in everybody. When you look at someone, well, I want to know their shadow. What's in their closet? You know, not everybody. I mean, some of you just don't care about. You know what I mean? Like a McDonald's cashier, like, what's their shadow? You don't care about that. But I mean, like, someone important to you. If you want to deal with them in business, in relationships, in marriage, you need to know their shadow. Because if you don't know their shadow, I think what happens is you'll deal with them in ways that are not ideal. You'll have misunderstandings. They'll do shit you don't understand. It devolves into chaos. So, like, knowing the shadow is absolutely paramount to having what I call, like, stress-free conversations with people. You know what I mean? And people usually don't reveal their shadows to you unless they feel really comfortable with you. Like, for example, I can safely say now that my current wife, who has left me, almost never dared share her shadow directly. She was at all times curating her appearance to be the ideal woman that I wanted in my life. And, like, I think she couldn't take it. Like, it's just way too much. Like, the kids, the caregiver role she had to play, and then, like, the lover role she had to play, and she has this innocent safety thing too. It's too overbearing. And, like, that's too bad, but I mean, like, I understand. It's just it makes sense, right? Like, just all makes sense now. And, like, there's nothing wrong with paths diverging. You know what's wrong, in my book, is living under pretense. Like, we all pretend it's okay. It's a complex little tangled web of couples forced together by mechanics, constructs of society, really. Marriage is not a universal truth, I don't think it is. It's a construct of society, a way of organizing people together so that, for stability, really, for stability, because without it, God knows what the hell people would do. Like, I mean, you're already seeing a dissolution of the church of marriage, right? People just do what the fuck they please anyway. I bet you anything, there are a lot of people who say, no, my wife's not screwing around, they're screwing around. They just don't know it. They're hiding it from you. I'm I guarantee it. Like what I've seen here locally. Um, Let me put it. I'll put you this way. My current model, until I'm proven wrong again, is that if the person you're talking to is very attractive in a certain way, is attractive in at least some dimension, like just not, just has some degree of attraction. Doesn't have to be physical. They're very calm. They're very confident. You know, they're married, but they don't spend every day with their partner. I will wager more than a 50-50 they're sleeping with someone else. Guaranteed. It's like, it's not even like a question of morals anymore. It's just, why would they want to stop it is my question now. And number two, I mean, it's another thing if they just want to continue it and they're found out, because it does feel like a betrayal. But I mean, like, still though, the world would be a better place if both people understood that, and they were more open about it. Honestly, I think the institution of marriage is a bit too inflexible, and it caused a lot of misery. And there needn't be so much confusion about it. We should be really clear about what it is. And I think my protest against the ceremonies and weddings, I think they're justified. I mean, you can do that. Everyone has their own choice, but that's a bit too much. I mean, you can't be someone who complains about the environment and then say, I had a fucking huge wedding. You know how many, never mind. I don't know. I mean, look, not to virtue signal, but don't you feel sick when, never mind. I'm just saying, it's vanity to an extreme. That's all I'm saying. It's vanity to an extreme. Why do you need when people always try to say something interesting on Reddit, like they have an interesting take, maybe it's like a cry for attention. I get it. And then there's a classic, this is not an airport, you don't have to announce your departure, which I never like this expression, because look, departures are not announced by the people. They're announced by the airlines. I don't get this analogy at all. It's like a really smart, witty looking sentence that has actually no basis in the actual reality. It just sounds cool when you're saying it. But beside that fact is, if we're so harsh on people who just want to say something, we're talking about like electrons moving through space, why aren't we harsh on people who have lavish weddings? Give me a break. Give me a break. In the same way I feel disgusted at all-you-can-eat restaurants that serve meat, and you see ginormous piles of raw meat stacked in the corner. I was disgusted by that. I'm sorry, I can't stand that. It looks disgusting. I mean, just have you looked at pictures of abattoirs? Abattoirs where they have all those carcasses. Just look at those pictures of fuck it, I'll just do it right now. For Christ's sakes, look at an abattoir. Seriously. When you look at this, do you not? I can't look at it. Fuck, I can't look at it. Do you not feel sick? People have to work there. I don't have to tell you. I'm not having something awake. I'm just saying, if you look at that, something inside my soul goes, that's wrong. To commoditize the consumption of meat like that, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't want to say I'm doing anything. I just don't like it, and so I kind of stopped eating or buying pork. It's not gonna change a jack shit in the world. I know. It's not about changing the world. It's about I can't look at pork anymore the same way. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, like someone serves you a human head is like, if you eat it, don't eat it. It won't change the decapitation rates in the world, but for fuck's sake, you're not gonna eat that shit, are you? It's the same kind of disgust. I can't. I can't. You look at it; it's disturbing, that picture. I don't think it's enhanced in another way. Look at it. You'll see pictures of people working those, and yeah, I confirmed with OBS. People who work in abattoirs get mentally sick. No shit. Ain't a sign of weakness if you ask me. Who the hell wants to work around animal carcasses day in and day out? Once a year, okay. Every day? Oh, no way, man. Hell no. And I tell you what, I don't want to sound like a fucking dumb ass, vegan woke person. I know people I laugh at these people before, but now I don't know about laughing about them. They have a point. Okay? In the same way you don't want to see someone suffer, someone in agony on the street with his fucking ribs ripped open. I don't want to see animals like that either. Sentient animals. I just don't want to see. You see a pig out there with his fucking gut split open. Does it not bother you a little bit? I mean, I guess then you think, oh well, out of sight, out of mind. I get that too. It's just right, right. I don't like that though. I want to think about where it came from a little bit, you know. And when I cut a plant down, I don't feel where. I think nature, the universe, was almost designed for these plants to be cut down. Honestly, okay, and that science has proved that you need consciousness and memory for there to be suffering, because emotion is defined as having active memory with a mental model, consciousness, and the delta to the next t plus 1, that is defined as emotion. So without the memory aspect, you just can't have pain. I digress. Anyway, the idea is that the shadow does exist. I can't eat pork or beef anymore, honestly. And this happened, I had a vivid, this stupid PETA video came out when I was in Taiwan. I saw the way a cow was thrashing around at a slaughterhouse. I could not stand it. And then I went back to eating meat for like 20 years, okay? And I had a good time making money. But like, it's not about that anymore. The commoditization of it is where I feel like it's kind of sick. The commoditization of anything is kind of sick, honestly. I don't like it anymore. I don't like... Malls are okay. They're interesting, but like, I don't like commoditization. Well, that's not true. That's not true at all. Forget what I just said. We need commoditization because that's how we live these days. You can't be against that. For meat, different story. Okay? And like, I guess you could say something about humans too, because you buy those cheap, like, man, it's like always some kind of offloading of suffering to someone else, you know? Which is why, like, I've always wanted a big house and a fancy car, but I don't want cars anymore. I mean, I want a house, so I like my house. Look, I designed it. That's the point. But the hell, I can't make I can't build walls on my own. I need help. I mean, I don't want to do that anyway. The point is that I don't like that world anymore. The malls, as Heat put it in '99, barbecues and baseball games, pretending to be happy all the time. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. And AI was a catalyst. I just kept learning and learning and learning. It sounds like I'm being elitist, but everyone can do it. It's not like as long as you just open your mind to it. That's it. Some people don't want to open their mind to it because AI even realizes it. Some people are like me, like they're just basically more aligned with machines, and they're more open to integrating their workflow with AI. And that's what I've done, and I can't go back. It makes me feel like I'm a virtual god, not a real one. Like, have you ever dreamt of making a game like Doom? Even Doom, that's so amazing, right? No? And you can share it. It's like an extension of your consciousness, of your beliefs and your values. I was just fast. Even if no one else wants to play it, and you just play it yourself, it's amazing. I don't know. Can't we make our own little suite of software tools that are personalized for ourselves? We can, because what I think is like the barrier to coding is so low now. You only have to know exactly what you want to make, and it will get done for you. And as these tools improve, it's democratized. Like just like how cell phones and digital it democratized photography. Now anyone can take a picture, anyone. But can you color code? Can you prep the scene? Can you tell a story with these pictures? Or is it just like people in a group? Like, that's the differentiator. It's just now, instead of having a bunch of technical people like changing film and shit, we don't need that anymore. The barrier, the friction has moved elsewhere. The friction is lowered. What gives it meaning has moved from just technical expertise to what are you shooting? Why are you shooting it? For whom? And what story are you telling? It could be just random. Fine, it's random. But like, it'll be evaluated as random now. Like, I don't know. It's removed the technical expertise out of the equation. That's it. It's not replacing. The people who are changing film, they're out of a job. That's it. Bottom line, right? But that's good. That's good. No? They should do something more meaningful with their life anyway. Who wants to change film for someone else for the rest of their lives? It's a shitty job. Anyway, so, right. So now the coding has had a huge impact, and I can't wait to see what's next. I can't wait to see. And it's not even about stocks anymore. I was really big on. I mean, I'm still big on stocks. Is fun. Finance is fun. I realize now because it's not about money. It is about money, but not all about money, because there's actual reasons behind why these prices go up and down. That's the fascinating part, is that you just can't put your finger on it, but it's there. Anyway, I just had to write this out because I think this is absolutely profound to me. It's a shift in the way social dynamics work. I think Jung was on point. The shadow needs to be acknowledged. His take was, don't repress it and don't indulge it either. If your goal is to like have sex with 5 women every day, don't just go hunting and pay whores 5 days. That's bad. But maybe you can redirect it to something else, right? You can express it through art. That's what he said. Art is probably manifested by the shadow. I think that's true. If you have no shadow, how could you ever make art? What do you want to say? Your life is so happy anyway. You have no unlived life. Everything you want in life is being lived out. So what do you have to do as art? It'll be a blank canvas. Think about it for a second. Your unlived life, my unlived life, the things that I could not express, I could not manifest in reality. Well, I'll channel that into something that's a product, an art. It could be a drawing, text, anything. That is the essence of creation. It's when you look at it that way, it's so beautiful. The universe, it's like the universe has a source code. That's what it feels. The universe has a source code. That boggles my mind. That absolutely boggles my mind. And Einstein expressed it. He said, the most unthinkable thing is, why is the universe comprehensible? That's exactly it. Why does the universe have a source code? Why? Why do these exist over and over again? That's what I try to believe, not in a Christian sense, not in any religion sense, but there is a creator with a capital C. Okay? Whereas he's called God in Christian, whatever, there is a creator. There's some kind of creator. I mean, I can't believe my cousin was telling me this all the way back in when I was 20 years old. I was like, no way, science can't prove it. I mean, the thing is, you can't prove the existence, but sure as hell can infer it. If the universe has a source code, it just happened randomly? Oh, that's possible too. Anyway, that's it. I don't know. This is just fascinating. Like, just everything has meaning. How can the world be even described as meaningless? I mean, one just finds their own purpose within their own sphere of control. That's about it. If all you have is one little tiny apartment, but you have an internet computer, you can do a lot of shit. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. The mistake is, and Galen was right. The mistake is that you have to tie it into economic value. If it don't make money, it don't mean shit. Listen, money has value as. That's what I think. AI, save us, please. Save us from our primitive needs for shelter, air conditioning, and some degree of livable space, because god damn it, no one should live in a tiny little room. I would actually invest heavily in any company that is going to start making products that will make people live in nicer homes. Not nicer than mine, but I mean bigger than what they have now. Okay, like that's a bit too, like, come on. And like the differentiator between people's living space is not how big it is, how much money you had to spend, but how beautiful it looks inside. Now we differentiate on how did you decorate that inside space. To me, that is the same way as in coding. We will not judge coding by how many junior developers you were able to hire, but what product did you make from it? What game did you make from it? Look at Undertale. One man, he can still express a beautiful humanity in his game. One guy. All right. Bring that to the architecture world, the construction world, where now, if people could make their own homes, okay, within, of course, city regulations, now you don't have to make a big one, but you can make one that's expressive in a way, and your indoors is expressive, and isn't it wonderful to walk into a space when you go to a restaurant, cafe, and you feel their vibe? Like, it doesn't have to be what you want for yourself. It's just interesting. You go to an airport. The design of it is wonderful. It's like a feeling of, many people pass through here, and well maintained, and like a living space, a coffee shop. Like, they're all wonderful spaces that express something, right? And like, why don't we just democratize some of this with robots? Honestly, because what's the barrier here? Labor. Who's gonna build that fucking tile for you? Who's gonna put that tile on the wall for you? Some dude who doesn't want to do his job, right? I mean, let's, maybe you will still need him, but he will be the one directing the robot to do it. He's the agent, like an agent coding thing, okay? And the cost will go down massively because they could do like 10 contracts a day. Think about that, right? They don't need to make 10 times the money. They need to make like 3 times the money. But what if the robot's getting 20 times efficiency? They can make more money this way. Which means more people get the living space they want to live in and be satisfied with it. And you all have the jerk-offs want to be like the biggest fucking house ever. That's fine, leave them alone. But people will not have to live in the bland, shitty apartments that pervade this world. That's the difference. That is, I think, no downside, literally no downside, improvement to humanity and mankind. How can it not be? What's the downside? Energy needs? I don't understand. There's probably more energy needs because people are doing it inefficiently today, honestly. The loss of the dumb job. I don't know what to tell you. Some sacrifices have to be made. All right? If the dumb jobs are the sacrifices made to the gods, so be it. It has to go forward. If you cater to them, the flip side is that the people never improve. I don't know what to tell you there. I'm not going to argue against a straw man. It doesn't matter what people think. I'm convinced myself. So whatever. This is just basically a shadow dump.